Aw man, the infamous solo queuing. We've all been there. You get that itch to play ranked, but none of your boys are online. So now you're stuck loading in by yourself, hoping you don't get absolute burgers on your team. And for a lot of people, this is where rank just becomes miserable. You get on, lose a couple games, blame your teammates, lose full, and then hop off. But the reality is, solo queuing doesn't have to be like that. You can still win consistently, go on streaks, and actually climb ranks if you approach it the right way. So, in this video, I'm going to go through the biggest things that have helped me win more when I'm solo queuing, and what you need to start doing if you want to actually improve. If you enjoy this type of content, drop a like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a ton, and yeah, let's get into it. First thing, and I'd say this is really huge, especially for plat and low diamond players, just drop the ego. I know rank can be chalk sometimes, and the SR system isn't perfect, and you might feel like you deserve a higher rank. But at the end of the day, if you're stuck somewhere, there's a reason. And the biggest mistake people in solo queue think is always thinking they're the best player on their team, and if they lose, it's their teammate's fault. That mindset will keep you hard stuck forever. Instead, you need to start looking at your own gameplay and asking, what could have I done better here? Even in bad games, you could have rotated earlier, you could have played your life better, and you just could have made overall smarter decisions. There's always something. And if you don't take accountability, you won't improve, and it's as simple as that. And this leads into the next point. When you're solo queuing, you're going to run into teams that are just better than you. It happens. They're faster, more coordinated, they make better decisions, and the game just feels impossible. Most people will check out at this point and just wait for the game to end. But that's the mistake. Instead, use this time to actually watch what they're doing. How are they rotating? How are they breaking the hills? And how are they controlling the game? When you solo queue, it's actually the best time to learn all this stuff. Because when you're not distracted, talking to your friends, and just overall shooting the shit, you can really focus on the game. If you start picking up on these things and applying them, you'll improve way faster and you'll be able to apply them when you're playing with your boys and in your own game. And the next thing I say is a little underrated, but a lot of people don't even do it, and that's just going into game chat. I see a lot of people complain all the time about the bad teammates they have, but they're not even trying to communicate with them. I'm not saying you have to be IGLing like Dan Ghosty in finals, but just simple callouts like there's two pushing left, there's one shot on hill, or we should rotate now. That alone makes a huge difference in the game and will just help you be that little more coordinated that will help you push you over the edge. And honestly, most people aren't even toxic in game chat. A lot of players are just super chill and just want to win. Some of my best solo queue sessions have come from hopping in game chat, vibing with randoms, and just running it up. Worst case, they're weird and you just mute them, or you just go back into your party chat. But if you don't at least try, then you're just making the game harder for yourself, and it's going to be more of a miserable experience. Another thing you should implement while you're solo queuing is just overall being more flexible with your gameplay, as your team is not structured. You can't really just load in and play the exact same way you want to do in the way you do with your boys every game. You have to look at what your teammates are using and look at how they're playing. If everyone's running subs, maybe it's time for you to pull out an AR. If someone's already holding spawns, maybe you push up instead. You basically need to fill the gaps, and this goes for everything: roles, positions, and pace. If you're not adapting, you're going to be hurting your team, and it's going to feel like you're in hell while playing. Building off that flexibility, you basically just have to become the glue player and do whatever the team needs from you to win. Without this, there's only going to be no structure, no coordination, and just chaos. And sometimes the most impactful thing you can be doing on the map is just the small things that no one else is doing. You don't necessarily need to drop 40 every game to win. While solo queuing, another area where a lot of players just lose full and lose games is they decide to chase kills instead of playing the objective. In modes like Hardpoint, the most important part of the hill is usually the first 10 to 15 seconds, and if you're always showing up late because you're trying to get one more kill, then you're costing your team. While solo queuing, and this is especially true while solo queuing, you need to start prioritizing the early rotations, setting up spawns, and getting into good positions first before the fights even start. Like I said, it's not about dropping insane kills, it's all about being in the right place at the right time. And going off of that, while solo queuing, you sometimes can't rely on your teammates to trade you consistently, as they might not be looking at the map and they might not see where the pressure is coming from. So your life becomes way more valuable. And with this, it means you have to stop ego channeling everything or taking 50-50 gunfights. Instead, play for cover, reposition, and just stay alive. The longer you stay alive, the more pressure you put on the enemy team to make a decision. Dying for no reason is one of the biggest ways you can throw your games in solo queues, as it just makes it more chaotic. And speaking of the minimap, I've mentioned this plenty of times in previous videos, but you have to use it. It tells you everything you need to know on the map. By looking at it, you can see where your teammates are, what lanes are open, and where the enemies are most likely spawning. The minimap will show you what your team isn't doing, and that's usually what you need to do. Moving on, another thing that I feel like a lot of people don't even think about while they're playing is you have to control your pace and what tempo you're playing at. A lot of players either play way too fast and they just feed the other team, or they play way too slow, hold irons, and do nothing. The stronger players, while solo queuing, are the ones who play at the right speed. They don't just play fast or play slow. The good players are the ones who play at the right speed and adjust depending on the situation. They may speed up when they have numbers or slow down when they're alone, but they don't just constantly go on autopilot and just run into gunfights where they don't need to take. Because even if you mindlessly sprint around the map, even if you know what you're doing, you're still going to get punished. The goal is to play with intention and not just hope to get lucky. Another one that I think honestly might be the most important one is to not tilt queue. If you're tilted, simply just stop playing. So many people will lose SR, not because of bad teammates, but because they keep queuing when they're already frustrated, and this is honestly just a recipe for disaster. If you're in a session and you've lost maybe 1, 2, or 3 games in a row, and you've lost SR in consecutive games, you might be wanting to get back into the game right away and get that SR back. But if you're not already in the right mentality, the likelihood of you doing this is really low. Because when you're already frustrated, your decision making gets worse, and you start ego channeling, you're not communicating the right things, and you stop thinking. You really set a limit for yourself while you're playing in this mindset. So, if you're in this mindset and you know you're frustrated at the game, honestly, just take a break. I mean, no one's forcing you to play. Play another game or just walk away from your console. The SR is always going to be there. And honestly, you'll find yourself, if you give yourself a little mental rest or a mental break from playing, when you come back, you're honestly going to have a much better chance at getting that SR back versus if you try to do it right away. And the last thing I want to mention, and it's probably the goal of solo queuing, and it isn't to stay solo. You should try to turn your solo into a stack. If you find good teammates, invite them to your lobby, invite them to your party, or just join them. Run it back. By doing this, you create that mini stack of 4 to 3 players. It doesn't even have to be a full stack, even if it's just one other person. The more people you're talking to in game, the more you'll be able to get consistent wins and not get as frustrated. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, solo queuing isn't about having the perfect teammates. You're going to get bad games, you're going to get weird teammates, and I mean, that's just how it is. You're going to get people who don't even know how to rotate. But all you can really do, and what you should do, is just focusing on yourself. If you focus on playing smarter, being more adaptable, and controlling what you can control, you'll win way more games and you'll actually start enjoying the game more, and it won't feel as frustrating as it may feel right now currently for you. And that pretty much wraps it up for everything I wanted to mention on solo queuing and ranked. I know it's a lot of people, everyone has a lot of opinions when it comes to solo queuing and all my teammates were worse and stuff, but at the end of the day, all you can really do is just focus on yourself, focus on your own gameplay, and the more you do that, the less frustrating it'll actually be, and the more fun you'll actually get out of it because it won't feel like you're in hell and that it's out of your control. Yeah, that pretty much is it. Drop a like on the video and subscribe. And yeah, let me know what you struggle with most in ranked if you've been playing it right now recently. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.
That guy's one.
We flip. One more.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Nah, we got so much time on that.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yo, pick up P1. I'm watching the right flank.
Yeah.
Hard point located.
Yep, right flank dead.
On the stairs, 1 HP, and then there's another one too. He's coming downstairs.
I'm backing up.
Yeah.
We control the
That's
hard
fine,
point. Hostile
I'm pushing in
personnel
here.
captured the hard point.
To your right. Dead. 10 steps in the back.
Another one there. Right where you killed him. He's going through
I
the side door.
died.
Yeah.
Nade this shit. Nade deep
Yeah.
love.
We have the enemy.
Watching
Nice. They should still spawn in the back. Maybe not.
Ah, they flipped.
Yep. Oh my god, they're all weak.
Oh my god.
Hostiles have the hard point.
In blue, dead. Oh no.
Contesting hard point.
I'm going no.
We control the hard point. Hard point identified.
You're gonna have statue
No, no.
for sure.
I stunned it. And front.
Hard
What
point
about
is
front? I
active.
got all statues.
I died.
Hard point locked down.
Ooh, right side. Yo, flanking.
Hard point contested.
Yeah, I'ma streak this.
Hostile personnel have
Yeah.
captured the hard point. We control the hard point.
Civilian requesting hardstuck charge.
Hostiles have the hard point.
All three of them there. They're all gonna run tunnel. Oh my
Wait,
God.
double streak?
Double.
Hard point locked down. Contesting hard point.
I got all your front, just stay down. I'm reloading. Nice.
Hard point located.
Actually, I have a
Beautiful.
stinker.
Appreciates your
Let's
role
go.
in today's
That was
success.
a clean game, bro.